Morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
Well. Oh, you're rapping again, huh?
I'm rapping again.
You're rapping again. Well, it's good to see you.
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jim.
Thank you.
So,
I miss coming in here.
yeah, I'm going to wonder why I know you're busy. Like, it was a while where you weren't coming in for a bit, and Paul and I would look at each other and go, where the hell's Jim? And
It's a bit busy. Mike, I'm freaking buried in paperwork, I'm telling you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can spit on it now.
yeah, there you go.
You're buried in paperwork, huh?
Yeah.
How high is it?
I can't even. Well, I got a pile in one corner of my office that's over 3 feet high, which is just town stuff, and I got a
3
whole
feet
mess of other stuff, town stuff laying all over the place there.
Oh my God, 3 feet high and rising.
Yeah.
That's a song, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know, in all probability, I could throw 97% of it away.
That's the way it is.
You know.
Yeah. Hello, how high is the paper, Mama?
Probably, that's pretty much what I do with 90% of the health and safety emails that I get. You guys inundate with emails. My God.
That's new.
No.
Yeah, and it's like, oof.
All the stuff you get. If you don't want it, I won't send it to you. But
no, it's not that. It's just all of a sudden I'm getting like 10 emails a day just from health and safety.
That's coming from emergency management.
Oh, okay.
We get those from our emergency management coordinator because he gets them out of Hartford, and a lot of them have to do with any.
A lot of the stuff you send me, I already get.
Well,
so,
are we live at the moment?
We are live.
We are live. Okay.
Large and in charge.
So I just have to be careful what I say then.
Yeah, I'm not going to be careful for nothing right now.
No, I know you're not.
I mean, the one you got this morning was the weather.
Huh?
The
weather.
The weather forecast. I mean, if you don't want them, I'll click you off.
No, Paul. Whatever.
New man on the committee, and he's already complaining.
Yeah, well, I didn't get my demands, so screw you.
Well, what were your demands?
I wanted all green M&Ms. I wanted lobster thermidor served at every meeting for me. I wanted a private office.
Well, how about if later on this year we can get you recorded and it goes out on the cloud?
Yeah,
maybe we could do something like. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and we can get you your office, except we'll have 3 or 4 seats in it. Round holes in them.
Actually, I could probably find you something for a lot less than that, but it's not going to have any sunlight or daylight or anything.
A jail cell?
No, I wasn't thinking of that.
So, there was an article about the data centers.
Yeah, there was,
which was kind of interesting.
It was in Groton.
Yeah,
trained to Groton. Yeah.
And we haven't heard anything here in Grizzle, Jewett City, or anything like that about data centers. What's going to happen, or are they coming? Are they not coming?
No.
It was a big to-do for a while. Social media was ablaze with comments of, "I don't want them here because they're too loud." Okay,
yeah,
they're not loud, but they only want to go into obviously into. I think you brought this up.
Well, actually,
local municipalities.
Yeah. Yeah, because the rate is flexible through the municipality rather than being the rates defined by Pura,
right?
which is Eversource.
UI.
They're all required by Pura. I mean, they can't adjust their rates unless Pura agrees. Mm-hmm. Where if you're going with a municipality, they can have a discussion with the municipality and change the rates based on what they discuss with the like Jewett City. They could talk with them, no problem. Yeah. Because they're all part of CMAC.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is not directly pertinent to that, but it's pertinent to the control that a very few corporations have over almost everything in the United States at this particular point, and the world, I guess, is probably true too. I mean, years ago, you're too young to remember, but Paul and I do, when they broke up AT&T. I mean,
Of course, I remember that.
AT&T was then you're older.
I remember when.
Jesus, you're as old as we are then.
Huh? I'm almost 60.
Holy God!
Yeah, no. Ma Bell.
Yeah, and they broke all the bells up into the baby bells. And what's happened? Most of them have all gotten recombined again.
Yeah.
And you got people like Bezos and these other billionaires since the pandemic. Okay. And if you want to talk about that, I'm always ready to go on that subject. Okay. There's 47. I think I saw 47 new billionaires in the United States. Okay. Where'd that come from? It come from us, the taxpayers. They're taking our money and they're
Well, let's
passing
get
it
back
out
to the data centers.
billionaires.
Let's go back to the data centers.
All right, go
first.
back to the
Let's-
data
Let's
center.
go back to the data centers. Let's talk about that article because it's relevant to Griswold and what's going to happen here or what's not going to happen here.
Right.
So, what did you get out of that article? 'Cause I know you had it too.
It's there certainly was a discussion happening in Groton,
Mm-hmm.
and I think what bothered me the most was what the IT guy said about, Amazon's not going to connect. A lot of these big IT companies are not going to be associated with these data centers. And well, who is? I mean, if they want to spend all this money to build these things, and these other companies not going to become part of it, then why are they building them?
I mean, you're talking about serious money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's this IT guy coming from? I mean,
And-
where the hell is he getting his back? I mean, he's supposed to have 30 years of background in IT, but
Well,
Go ahead.
I mean, I have 30 years of laser experience too, but I don't know anything about him anymore.
I don't know. So I didn't get that. That really surprised me with the IT guy.
Yeah, it surprised me too, Paul.
Yeah.
And I just, that's one voice.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, these guys that are thinking of investing in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions, probably close to
Yeah.
billions of
Don't you think-
dollars.
Yeah. Don't you-
They're not all they didn't just come off the chicken farm.
no.
Although chicken farmers are a hell of a lot smarter than a lot of other people, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So I don't. I don't buy into what he said, but
No.
I'm not qualified to make a comment on it anyways.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, did you probably read the article as well?
Well, one of the things he said is that he doesn't believe that data centers are going to come to Connecticut at all.
Yeah.
And he said they're not really that cost effective or they're not as energy efficient as they once came out to be or thought to be.
Well,
And-
I think we always knew that they were going to suck up a tremendous amount of power.
Right. That is true. And the other thing was they know, that's how they're built, every single
Yeah.
month or year, depending on how much data or how much energy they consume. The other thing is didn't the engineer or this IT guy
His IT guy.
said that the reason for the data centers in here was to go ahead and try to speed up data between New York and Boston.
Right.
And he said, logistically, it's almost impossible. He said, he goes, it's not impossible, but with the technology that we have today, it's not possible. So that's one of the reasons why apparently Connecticut's not, or he said, or Connecticut is not, or going to get data centers at all, which is weird because Got Space Data, they're out, aren't they?
Yeah. There's another name now, right?
Yeah, I think it's
There's
I mean,
another.
they had an investor come in and that got all messed up, and
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what's delayed it a few months here, whether it's
Yeah.
going to come or
Well,
not.
Yeah. But we haven't.
As I've always said, Paul, even when you've deposited the check in the bank and it's cleared, you're still not sure whether you get the money or not.
I know. Yeah. So it's a good question. We have no idea because our town hall is keeping it kind of quiet. They're not saying anything to anybody, so we have no clue. I mean, they may be in a position where they can't say anything too.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidentiality.
So that's why we're probably not hearing anything.
A lot of this is, I think that's going to be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of residents. If at first they're said, okay, there's a confidentiality agreement and people want to know, and all of a sudden information does come out because that agreement expired, and now all of a sudden nothing comes out again. I think people will be pissed off.
Yeah.
I think they want to know, and honestly, I think a lot of people have forgotten.
Yeah.
They forgot about the possibility of data centers or, tax-paying businesses coming to Griswold.
Yeah. Well, actually, we're not hearing anything coming out of the town hall on anything. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as we hate to say it, I mean, we did have a line of communication at one time with somebody coming in here telling us what's going on in town. Unfortunately, right now, we have not had that opportunity to have somebody come in and tell us what's going on in town.
Gotcha. Jim, what's your thoughts on the whole data center in Connecticut or Connecticut data centers? And
You might,
article
yeah, I read the article that Paul sent, and that's not an area that I have much of any expertise in. Both of you have far more expertise in that subject than I do.
I don't know about
I do have a problem with the amount of commercial land that we're sucking up with these data centers. Okay. I mean, I do think it's the land has been sitting there for forever. Okay. With nothing happening for it, largely because there's no infrastructure there. All right. I mean, we did
vote on that.
Yeah, we sold the infrastructure, and the engineering is on, at least on the sewer side of it, I think is pretty well along. I mean, if you go out 201, you can see where there's been a lot of stakes put on, and I'm assuming that that's the route of the sewer line, because the water is already on 201 coming out of Stone Hill and downtown. So I have a fundamental problem, and Cortland's probably listening. I have a fundamental
Perhaps.
problem with the fact that we're eating up all of our farmland for housing and other structures, and I think we're going to pay dearly for that at some point. We can't begin to grow the food we need here if we need to grow it locally.
Unfortunately, that's happening around the country. Though.
Yes, it is.
It's not just in Griswold. It's around a lot of states are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of farmland is being taken up by big buildings.
Yep.
So let's get back to the infrastructure.
Yep.
The town of Griswold, that was part of that three-prong attack.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, a few years ago now.
Yep.
Define what you mean by the three-prong attack.
Well, the infrastructure on 164, the
Yeah.
senior center, and
The gas line.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I just wanted to-
yeah,
one is done. Two is almost done.
yeah, the gas line's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
The
think
senior
number-
center
just
is
probably close to being
very
done.
close. Spring.
Yeah.
From what I understand from Tina Falk, it's going to be
Yeah.
pretty much done at that point.
There's a couple of things for
But-
the kitchen that have been delayed, like almost everything.
senior
Try and
center
buy
you're
a
talking
garage
about,
door. You're looking at 12 weeks out for a garage door.
Yeah.
Okay. And getting the deck done.
So those are the three things. Now, why wait on the infrastructure? Why are we waiting? Because it seems like everything really has come to a slam and halt.
I think what Paul and I heard at the last the EDC meeting is that there was a change in administration, change in policies.
Mhm.
Initially, the water and sewer were being done as one project.
Yeah.
And then the new administration, they want to separate the water from the sewer. Okay.
This
So
is
that-
not local.
This is federal. It's federal.
Okay, federal.
It's federal. It's USDA.
Okay, so it's federal. So I don't think it's our local politicians.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with us locally.
No. But I did hear him say that the possible construction could start sometime this year.
I thought the last I heard was early 23.
No, I asked him.
You're
that
talking about the
question.
infrastructure.
No, I asked him that question
Okay.
because he changed it. And
Oh,
he
did
said,
he?
Yeah, because I said, well, the last meeting, because he said 23.
Mhm.
And then this meeting, because he said 22. And I said, 23, you said. No, we think we can do it in 22.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So,
Was the infrastructure basically designed around the fact that the data centers were possibly coming in? Because now
No.
that's kind of on the hook.
I would
a
say
little bit
I would say
off the
no.
hook, I should say.
I'm not sure whether we were trying to promote the infrastructure before the data centers or not. I think we were.
we were.
Okay.
Because anything
And-
else over there is kind of stopped.
And
Yeah.
we had Amazon in our office talking about that. Okay. Every developer, they want the infrastructure there. They don't want to wait for it, because if they got to wait for it, they're going someplace else. Time is money.
Well, even Got Space Data, when Got Space Data was calling the shots with the data centers, they even basically said that they weren't going to wait; they'll just put it in themselves.
Correct.
And they don't, and the kind of infrastructure we're talking about, they don't really need. Okay.
They said they build their own. We'll put their own water tank up.
Yeah. I mean, they don't, they're going to use a lot of water probably for the cooling. Okay. But as far as sewer or anything like that, they do that on a septic system if they have to.
Yeah, there's not going to be that many people in
Yeah.
there.
It's,
Just have people maintaining, making sure that things are running. That's all.
So the delusion of jobs and tax revenue, or for the town of Griswold, again is slipping away. Because what about the assisted living facility? That's been going on for 6 years.
which assisted, what are you talking
Which
about?
one? There was two, wasn't there?
You talking, I tell me which one you're talking about.
I can't remember the names.
The one down by the golf course?
Oh, that's Heritage River Village.
Yes.
Okay. That is still on the books.
But for how long? Because they haven't done anything for years. I think they were waiting for the data center to come in to put the infrastructure in so they could get in. That's what I think they were waiting for, or the town was, because then they didn't have to pay it. But anyway. No?
No,
Okay.
not in my opinion. No.
I didn't think so either, because I thought we were trying to get it down there for them so they would build. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So what are we waiting on? What are we
We're waiting on. They have gotten an infusion of money, so they're redesigning things down there at this particular point.
It's going to be a little different than we originally planned.
I expect they'll probably be in before us, because they'll probably come to us before P&Z. I expect we might see them within a few months.
Yeah.
With new designs.
Yeah, it's getting smaller, I believe.
It
It's not
is.
going to be as big as it was.
And unfortunately, in my opinion, it's going more towards housing as opposed to other things. So, but I shouldn't say that until I see the revised plans.
But I guess all right. So that's one thing. But why are we waiting on the infrastructure? Why?
Because they changed the damn rules, Mike. Okay, they had to go back and redesign. They had to separate the water from the sewer. They had to do a redesign there.
Paul?
He's right, because by waiting, we're getting money. If we just go ahead and do it, we're not going to get that money. Why? It's better off to wait rather than make the taxpayer pay billions of dollars. What are they going to? How much money are they going to give us? 30 or 40% or something?
I think on the sewer maybe 40%.
This is what, Heritage River?
No,
That's the infrastructure. The infrastructure,
okay.
the water and sewer.
Yeah.
And then they got to take and come back and redesign the water, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the reason for the wait.
Shut up, Jim.
I mean, I think it kind of frustrates us on EDC as well, because we expected at the time we went and asked the people for this infrastructure stuff that this is something that we would get taken care of within a year or so. And now it's been 2 or 3 years this thing has been done.
Well, I remember when this first started.
So it kind of aggravates us too, but everybody keeps telling you everything takes time. Everything takes time. But,
Yeah, but how much?
I know. I mean, I think, I feel that maybe I keep asking that some kind of communication go out to the residents and explain, what's going on. Because I think a lot of people, like you were saying, what the hell's going on?
I'm really
here?
curious. I'm really curious.
I think a lot of people are asking that question.
Because we would have meetings, or we'd have interviews with Todd Babbitt when he was first selectman, and it really seemed like economic development in Griswold was moving, and there was some sort of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And now this is no shade on Dana Bennett, because really it kind of happened before her.
Yeah.
But towards the end of Todd Babbitt's tenure as first selectman, all of a sudden, boom, everything stopped. Okay, well, is this because of the pandemic, or we can blame it on a million things? But I think a lot of places still maintained business, pandemic or not.
Well, I'm not saying any of that is holding it. That's holding it up yet. Okay. But once we've got the infrastructure approved, we may not be able to get any materials to put the damn pipes in the ground. I mean, right, Mike, right now, we're trying to get an electrical meter for the last house the boys have been building. Okay. We don't know when we're going to get it.
No meters?
If you can find me a 200 amp meter socket,
Just put a copper wire between the two posts and get
Yeah.
some free juice.
Boom.
Get some free juice.
You can't get a 200 amp meter socket here in Connecticut because
Wow.
Connecticut and a few other states have got certain requirements. For it,
Oh,
all
boy.
right.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. You kind of
Garage doors, I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, tough to
12 weeks for a garage
get.
door.
Yes, I understand that because
The pipe to put the wires underground. We're chasing all over the place to get pipe. By a half a dozen lengths here, by a half a dozen lengths there.
Yeah,
The supply issues are
yeah, they're really bad. I mean,
But this stuff could have been done a long time ago. Could have been done. It's almost like a little. It's like a standoff.
What do you mean it could have been done, Mike?
Well, why wasn't it done back when it was approved?
grants.
When
did.
what was approved? The money from the town?
Yeah.
Because it has to get engineered. And I just told you, the friggin' administration's changed. They changed the rules. So it was back to square one.
Not very proactive.
That's what happened. And then they.
What do you mean proactive?
Well, proactive. I mean, the definition of being proactive is, have your ducks in a row before you start moving in. Well,
And that's fine if you control the ducks. We don't control the ducks. The federal government controls the ducks.
Yeah, they had it all done. They
Okay.
had it all done. Then they had to go back and redo the whole thing all over again. You know how long it takes time to get all this information together by splitting it? And I think it depended on, I think there was some questions they asked about the number of people residents that lived in the town and the amount of taxes that they pay. There was a whole list of things that they had to go through to figure this thing out.
If you want to get something screwed up, get the government involved.
There you go.
Okay.
And there's your answer.
All right. I mean, what did it cost us to build those units down here for the American Legion, for the housing for the veterans? Over 200,000 a unit, if I remember correctly. Okay. Any private contractor, like I said, what we were doing and anything else, we could have put those units up, for God's sakes, for probably $80,000 a unit at the time.
But yeah, I mean, we feel your frustration, and I think you and I sitting here feel the same frustration because
Well, you guys have more insight to it. I'm really Joe Q resident, trying to figure out.
And-
It's like all of a sudden things are moving, and then all of a sudden things stop.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason for it. I don't subscribe to a lot of the stuff you guys do.
keep in mind we don't
So
hear
don't-
everything either, because a lot of it's like Jim said, it's confidential, and we don't hear it either because they can't say it because it's in an open meeting.
And that brings me to a different subject.
Uh-oh.
The executive sessions. I think executive sessions, which is the confidentiality stuff that we're talking about right here,
Yeah.
I think executive sessions to a large degree are overused.
Yeah, because you're not allowed in there.
Can that be FOI'd? Can executive sessions be FOI'd?
Well, let me put it this way: our ordinances basically require that anything that is voted on in executive session has to be published within 48 hours. And the minutes have to be out there within 7 days, not counting Saturdays.
So I'm assuming, you can. That's part of freedom of information. If
Yeah,
it's got to be published, then
you won't know the details. I mean, if a motion is made, hey, do we want to move forward with buying XYZ for the town? That you take a vote on that. That vote has to be put forward.
Well, you could,
but you don't know what the deal is and what the behind the scenes stuff is.
You might, because you could also FOI the audio recording. If you can,
No, when you go into executive session, you don't take minutes.
no. Somebody's got a recorder. Somebody's recording it.
Not the executive session.
They don't record the executive sessions.
I don't believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't believe so. I know in the condo associations, we don't take minutes on the executive sessions. We take and we'll write that. We take notes on what the motion is, and you have to declare how everybody voted unless it's unanimous.
Well, I would think that a condo association, you guys have your own bylaws, but in towns, don't they have to follow state guidelines?
There's
a little different,
there's
I would
state
think.
statute, and then there's the local what the hell's the word?
See, I don't think like your condo
Ordinances.
association. I don't believe that your stuff is FOIable. It's a private company,
I don't know about that.
you know. But like as far as town hall, like you just said, like, things have to be published within 48 hours. So
No, I said executive.
okay,
Yeah.
executive
Motions have to be posted. within-
Okay. So if that happens, and they do put out minutes, I know they do put out minutes, but they're non-descriptive
Yeah.
for the most part. Well, that's really up to the person who's writing the minutes, isn't it? So it's up to interpretation.
Well,
That's why I wonder if the recordings are FOIable.
It's also the town clerk passes out to each committee chairman a list of the requirements, and basically in the minutes, some people write more detail than others, but the minutes are just to log the subject and very briefly. If you want to get the details, go request a copy of the audio recording.
Oh, that's what I said.
Okay,
That's what I was
but you're
saying.
not going to get that from executive session.
Why? If it's FOIable, if everything's FOIable, like for example, I can go ahead and get the minutes or whatever. Why wouldn't the audio recording be FOIable? Why would that be a separate law or a separate guideline?
I believe, and I don't know this absolutely. I
Yep.
believe they do not record executive sessions.
Okay.
Okay. Now I may be wrong.
So there's the snafu there.
Because
we
I'm
don't
not-
know if they actually record them. I should go just FOI one, just some indiscriminate one, just to see if I can get it, just to see if they've done it. I was under the impression that they audio recorded every meeting, whether it was special meeting, whether it was regular meeting, executive sessions.
They do record regular meetings, special meetings,
Yep.
and I assume probably also emergency meetings. Okay, but I don't think they record executive sessions. They go into executive sessions and the public has to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and the reason why I say this is a couple of years ago, there was a story brewing down at town hall, and it was more of a personal issue with a couple of the employees,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff was really sent through human resources and attorneys. And did you know that I was able to FOI all of it?
Oh.
Everything. I was able to FOI the write-ups, on employees. I mean, I'll be honest, when I started looking at this stuff, I got rid of it because it was really just more than we're not that kind of media outlet, I guess.
Mhm.
Because that would have just been drudge.
Yeah.
But Norwich Bolton picked it up.
Is our audience making any comments?
No, they're real quiet today.
Maybe
really,
they're-
really quiet.
Nobody's there.
No, there's a bunch.
Why don't you,
Yeah,
why
there's-
don't you just text Lisa Wood right now and ask her if executive sessions are recorded?
I don't have her text,
I don't either.
but I will send her a quick email.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will get it before the end of this broadcast,
Yeah.
but
Well, you
she's usually,
yeah.
mean-
Lisa's very good.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you got what? 15 more hours before tomorrow. So
I'm going to send this to her now.
actually 14 hours and 47 minutes.
at 37 seconds.
She's probably gonna wonder why I'm asking
The
this
question? Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
all right. So
Hold on, let's do it. Hold on.
I don't.
Not asking for any particular reason, comma, but are executive sessions audio recorded?
That'd be nice to know.
Because Jim says he doesn't think they are.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened at the
what?
selectmen's meeting last night. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I was
Not me either.
Well,
I was
the
gonna-
special meeting, they were continuing to review budgets.
Oh, is that what the special
It
meeting
was a
was?
special meeting
Yeah,
last
special
night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was going back for the regular meeting, but my dinner was delayed. So
Oh.
by the time we got through eating, I said, I'm not going back. But they
Yeah.
were one of the subjects on the agenda was to do away with, was to decide whether they were going to stop requiring
masks.
masks. And we should have asked that of Lisa because she would know that too.
Yeah, that would be nice if they did that. I mean, come on, it's time to get rid of them. If the schools are taking them off.
Well, the schools, yeah, but if you're riding a school bus, you still have to wear them. And there's all kinds of information out there, all
Yeah.
peer-reviewed papers. It's not good for our children to be doing it.
Yeah, well, we got no choice at the moment. But the good thing is they're taking them off at school. So anyway, so now that we talked about Griswold, what else did we have on our agenda?
Well, no, I want to say that Donna
Oh.
Langlois just said, no, we're listening.
Yeah. Oh.
We are listening.
Oh,
And
okay.
you are giving all interesting and informative info, he said. So I'm glad you think so, sir.
Yeah.
Ron Grumcrow, and I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you guys do. What's going up with Wirewind? It's for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody supposedly bought it.
I don't think it's closed.
All right.
Wasn't it-
But it's can we say, or is that still under wraps?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can tell you what I heard.
What'd you hear?
I'm
This
not.
is
I'm not
rumor.
going to say what I've.
No, I'm not going to ask you. You know, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
but I heard it was going to be some sort of storage facility.
No.
Okay, well, thank you.
Well,
Then you might as well tell me what it is now.
No. The storage facility was something that I think we can say, right? Because it did come out of the meeting. It's public knowledge.
Mhm.
The storage facility was something happening down on 77 Anthony Street.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
that's where the storage facility is. And there was a lot of,
What's that? One of the brick buildings on the
I'm
right
not
before
sure
you
what
get
it
to
was.
Wirewine?
yeah, but that's everybody thought Wirewine was bought
It's
by
before that, yeah.
was bought by Amazon, and that's not true.
No.
But everybody started to think that maybe the storage facility was going to be Amazon, but no, I don't know. All I know is it's a storage facility.
That's on Anthony Street, but
That's-
not Wirewind.
No, Wirewine.
I actually looked at Wirewine for storage.
Did you?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Huh.
But that's what it is.
Because there was a guy named Jim Bardia
Yep.
that bought it initially. He was going to put wind turbines or something there.
Yeah, I wish that had come.
Yeah.
Not that I think wind turbines.
Wind time.
And these were vertical turbines.
They were kind of cool though.
yeah.
The way they worked.
And there was a symbiotic relationship there, and I kind of forget what it is now, but the wind turbines, they were beneficial to some other generating capacity, and I can't remember the details of it. That's in that 3-foot high pile of shit that I got piled up in my
Well,
office.
those aren't
Town
going to
stuff.
happen. So
Well, they've already happened.
Yeah,
I mean, you drive through the Southwest, and Jesus, I saw hundreds of acres of wind turbines up there. But
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but realistically, okay, and I wish somebody would really do a detailed study on this. We talk about all these electric cars, and I mean, Joe Biden said that he's going to cause the price of petroleum products to go out of sight. So we're going to have no choice but to have to go to electric transportation and stuff like that. Now, where in hell do they think they are going to generate this amount of electrical capacity? Okay. Are we going to take every open space in this country and put up a solar panel or a wind generator? I mean, I have a problem fathoming the lack of depth in thinking that goes behind some of this stuff.
So I already heard back from Lisa Wood. Who,
you did. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I said, she's really good.
She is.
Yeah, she's really good. She gave an answer, and but I also want to credit Scott Fryer because he went up and said, and he gave a good description. Said executive sessions aren't recorded, but minutes are taken for the sake of attendance and topics discussed. Other than that, the information is confidential.
Well, that's basically what I said.
Yeah. And Lisa said, no, they are not recorded.
Right.
So there you go.
There you go.
As far as town masks are concerned,
Yeah.
or masks in the town, town masks or at town buildings are now optional,
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
except for the senior center, which is going to go one more month,
Oh, okay.
and then they will be optional as well.
That's good.
Yeah, at least we're making progress.
That's
Yeah.
good. So it's optional.
Thank you,
That's-
Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, that's good.
Very
Well, I
good.
mean-
Should we use the correct term, the Board of Select Persons these days?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do think Dana still refers to herself as a selectman.
I think so.
I don't think it has anything to do with
I don't. It doesn't have nothing to do with gender.
Gender at all.
Okay.
No.
Well, everything seems to have to do with gender today.
I know. It sucks.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because
Me too. I mean,
Nothing-
every time
no-
I go there and I get out of my car, I got to go back to my car and
get a mask.
get a mask.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus, I think being in the meeting and people talking through masks, it's so hard to understand what people are saying because it's like mumbling.
How you doing, Pig?
Yeah, that's the biggest
Yeah.
problem. So that's good to do.
I say we have a mask burning party, and
And
that's
throw the bras in with it, huh?
oh my god, oh yeah, we're gonna have Gloria Steinem come up too. Fauci on this end and Steinem on the other.
Oh, you mentioned
uh,
Fauci.
Oh no!
Oh, you mentioned Fauci.
No!
That
I did not.
dirtbag.
It was just. It was
Did
purely.
you hear the
Oh,
word
boy.
Fauci come out of his
Oh,
mouth?
boy. No, Paul, you did. You did not, Paul.
I don't think you can intimidate Paul.
Now we're gonna burn the Fauci dolls.
That's voodoo.
he made me feel the heat.
They'll throw you in if you start to. But no, it's a real thing, by the way, that we're planning.
What's that?
Mask burning party.
You're planning it?
Absolutely. I haven't really released any information yet. But we have a tentative location.
You know, we're
And,
going to set up a trash barrel right in the middle of the intersection here with Ashland Street and Main Street.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then what? Let's see. Kathy says great news about the masks. And she also says, we're in for the mask burning party. Great idea. Scott Fryer says, I'm in.
Yeah.
Can we get permission to have a beer keg out here in the downtown area to celebrate it?
I don't know.
I have to get that from the borough.
where we're no. Where we are looking is private property.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, I'm saying do it
so-
right here in Main Street.
Is it going to be an air fryer or a sky fryer? Sky fryer.
That's tomorrow.
Yo.
Tomorrow is another episode of Air Fryer or Scott Fryer.
There you go.
Have you played that game yet? Have we done that with you yet?
I've heard enough about it.
You don't like the game?
I have not participated. Well, I don't know. That's a Friday
Okay.
morning. That's a
No,
Friday morning.
Thursday morning
No, they
thing.
do it on Thursday. Yeah. I don't
So, all right. So you haven't participated. So I'm just going to give you one that we've done already.
Yeah.
And it's just really, you're required not really to think. It's just which one do you think it would be? So here it is. You have to say, I'm going to give you a term, and you have to say, does it correlate more with Scott Fryer or air fryer? So the first one we did was beer bread.
Yeah, that's an air fryer.
He is correct.
There you go.
He is correct. But do you know why?
Of course not. I had a 50% chance of being correct.
And you know what the
I
funny
didn't
thing
even
is?
cogitate for an instant about
You were one of
answering
the
it.
few people to actually get it right. Because the reason is because you can make beer bread in an air fryer. You can't make beer bread in a Scott fryer.
Okay.
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 What was the other one?
I don't know. I don't play the game.
Oh, deep fryer. Is that air fryer or Scott fryer?
That's a Scott fryer.
That's a Scott. Wow. Jim at 2 for 2.
Because you can get deep into the fat.
Deep into statements and moments of zen. So he's a deep fryer. Air fryer is not a deep fryer.
No, it's
So
not.
there we go.
Wow.
So tomorrow will be another episode of
And I've retired because if you got 100%,
Oh,
you can't
quit.
do any better
Quit
than
now.
that.
Quit now.
Can't do any better now.
Yeah, quit.
Tomorrow you could be 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's another
Or I could be
episode
2
of
for 3.
or well, no, I don't know. Like the odds are you're an odds-on favorite. So it could be Scott Fryer or air fryer tomorrow.
There you go.
Scott says I'm answering me for all of them. Yeah, we've gone from data centers to masks to mask burning parties.
Yeah. Must be some more stuff we can add in there.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody got room for a radio station? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, but at the rent you pay, I can't amortize the building.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, I'm sure someplace will pop up.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Oh, well.
So
Hey, what's the latest? I mean, it doesn't have to do with local, and it doesn't directly have to do with the U.S. But what's the latest on the trucking thing in Canada? I mean, Trudeau.
we got a big
disbanded.
boy.
They broke it up. They broke it
I
up.
mean,
Done,
we,
yeah.
we supposedly have one leaving from the West Coast
In
March
March.
6th, and
Yeah.
and they said they're moving it up.
Yeah, they disbanded the one. They were actually, cops were beating the hell out of the truckers and broke all the windows in the trucks and towed them away. And
Is there video of that, or is that just?
I don't know.
No, I
See what I mean?
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
videos out there.
I hadn't heard any, seen any of that. I mean,
Yeah,
and
I think
I've
I
been
saw a
following
video
that
where
reasonably
Where a
closely.
guy was on the ground and the cops were kicking the hell out of him. Yeah, so which surprises me, unfortunately.
No matter what the situation is, good, bad, or indifferent, there's going to be propaganda out there.
Oh yeah, no,
There's
I
gonna be
did
propaganda out there.
I did see a video of that situation. Yeah,
You sure it was that situation, or this wasn't another
no, it was a cop.
video that was rebranded for
No,
that situation?
No, there was a cop, and he was actually there. Guy was on the ground, and they were beating the hell out of him. I guess they were breaking windows in the trucks as well, freezing all their assets. They couldn't even get their bank accounts. So I don't know what's going to happen to them.
I saw a couple of videos on social media, different I'm talking like Snapchat, Instagram,
Yeah,
TikTok, and stuff, where people are saying we're about to lose our independence up here in Canada. That things are going to change. There's not going to be a democracy anymore. Everything is changing.
Yeah. Well, look forward, people. Look what's happening up to the north.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you think would happen here with?
I don't think the truck. I don't think that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Not being a Canadian and not really following that close, but I'm kind of wondering if the Canadian people really. I mean, there was a lot of people that were with them, but I think they folded. I think they just gave up. Here, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to support the truckers.
So
Sorry, I had to leave. That was the senior center calling, and I didn't know how important
Oh.
it was. It was just notification of the cancellation of tonight's meeting.
tonight's meeting is canceled.
Yes, it's canceled.
Which meeting? The senior
This is the
center?
senior center building
building
committee.
committee.
Yeah.
All right. Nice little piece of news there for you. Thank you, Jim Barney,
Yeah.
correspondent Barney.
Well, he's a news correspondent.
That's an IE at the end.
He's
not
the
an
man on the
EY.
street.
That's right. No, you're the man on the street.
Oh, haven't been on the street in
You're
a
the
while.
man on the street.
Haven't been on the street in a while.
Yeah. What happened to that? The cold weather got you?
No, well, you know, what happened was the COVID came in, and then of course there's a lot of work to edit it.
Yeah.
We lost our editor. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott says the roads have been cleared in Ottawa, but there are still a lot of people gathered at the Capitol. The Canadian government is enacting an emergency action to freeze bank accounts of anyone involved or anyone found donating.
well,
Yeah.
they have the list of names.
I mean,
Yeah.
how do you like that for an attack on your freedoms? And okay,
Yeah.
keep your eyes open, people.
But see, here's another thing too: is Australia was a country that was supposedly under siege from internal.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a couple of friends in Australia.
There you do.
Nothing happening.
Really?
In the area they're in, maybe.
Well, they're in Melbourne, so I mean, you think,
Yeah.
you know, they'd have an idea of
Yeah.
what's going on somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're out in the outback somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said no.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, people that can't leave their houses and stuff like that or whatever. No, it was all. But see, that's the thing, you know, as you know, with social media and everything, even though they're on the other side of the world, they can still kind of hide things, or maybe not, or I should say, put a lot of propaganda out there. Some people can, that are trying to fight the cause. Maybe it started by somebody who doesn't like the Australian government.
Yeah,
and you get a little group there, and all of a sudden, same thing with Canada.
Yeah.
But apparently that's really happening.
Well, in Canada, they were also going after the media. And they were going after all the news organizations that were showing what was going on up there, I believe, as well.
Well, of course, on the scuttlebutt in the internet, which is no more reliable than the regular news media.
Right.
They're talking about a lot of the Ottawa police are actually UN police that are pretending that they're Ottawa cops.
Scott says there's a convoy coming from the West Coast and one coming from Maine, I believe, he says, and they are meeting in D.C. for the president's 2-month late State of the Union address. And then Scott said, I got the info from the BBC newsfeed. Sadly, that's the only impartial news outlet I can rely on today. Scott, I hate to say it, but you're right and you're wrong at the same time. As far as reliable news feed, check out, people don't want to hear it, Al Jazeera.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's the one I knew that's the one you were going to say.
Because, and people won't go to that because they got their office is in Denver, but I mean, they have, they're Middle Eastern born.
Yeah.
So of course, it can't be legit or, it's all, they're not terrorists because they're from the Middle East, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
That's just where they're from.
Yeah.
But Al Jazeera has one best, news organization between them and Reuters.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I've been discussing with a few people is the infringement on the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott says, and of course, SNSN, of course. He says. And then he goes, he also looks Al Jazeera. Yeah. Al Jazeera is very right down the middle. There's no writers to it. There's no, it's just, this is the fact. You like it or you don't.
Like I said, I think I said it earlier in this program, but I've said it on a couple of telephone conversations. We need Huntley and Brinkley back, or John Cameron Swayze, which actually did some real investigative reporting instead of just looking for the punchlines that a old lady attacked by whatever, stole her pocket. Oh, there was somebody, was an 80-year-old lady that had her car abducted from her.
Yeah. Or how about Hugh Downs? I'm Hugh Downs.
That was this week.
Yeah,
that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah, that's right.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've been yapping for a bit now and neglecting some of our supporters, and we don't want to do that because we greatly appreciate them, at least most of them. That's an inside joke. Never mind what I said, okay?
Yeah.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
There are a lot of places that you might think about when it comes time for new tires for your car or truck. But have you thought about Advanced Automotive in Griswold? Trusted for years when it comes to automotive repair, and now for great deals on tires. Advanced Automotive has many suppliers to beat their prices. Let Jess at Advanced show you. Advanced Automotive for repairs and now tires too. Advanced Automotive. Find them on Facebook.
When you take your car in for an oil change, a good mechanic will also take care of other routine maintenance to make sure your car runs safely and efficiently. Protecting your health isn't much different. When you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it's important to make sure you're also protected from other serious but preventable diseases. It's easy and convenient to get other routine vaccines at the same time as a COVID-19 vaccine. So make sure you ask a healthcare professional about other vaccines you may need to maintain your health.
The flagship for Griswold Sports, online and on the app.
SNSN.
All righty then. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Mike, Paul, and Jim Barney. stopping by today.
Yeah.
And adding to the conversation.
So here's a topic for you. Do you think the invasion of like Putin is going to impact us here?
You know, I wasn't going to go there, but
Okay. We don't have
no, we can. We can. But I want to just get to a couple more comments first.
Go ahead.
Daryl from the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City, Little and Glorious. Plug there for you, dude. So the truckers are stopping flow of goods to Canada and the U.S., making it impossible for people to get where they are going. They are causing the price of goods to skyrocket, yet they are protecting freedom.
Yep. Hey,
Freedom isn't free.
I was really pissed off at the U.S. tow trucks. The Canadian tow trucks would not go and remove those trucks, but the frickin' weaklings from the United States to make a buck went across and did it.
Daryl says they are doing more economic damage in his estimation than you realize. That's why they are being moved and penalized. And then Victoria, who's, hey, good morning. She goes, good morning. And it's 73 degrees in sunny in HH. Is that Honolulu, Hawaii? Is that where you are? Are you in Honolulu? I don't know where HH is.
If she's in Honolulu, that means that she's got up early.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning there.
She can't be there.
But where's HH? Hotter than hell? Sorry.
I don't know of a state that has abbreviations of HH.
Oh, Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Oh, well, it didn't put
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Well, you had a listener from North Carolina that was on, so I thought I mean HH. I couldn't relate that to North Carolina, but I was thinking North Carolina, so I'm pretty close.
Okay.
I like South Carolina, especially right there in Myrtle Beach. We used to spend a lot of time down there, vacationing.
Well, Victoria, we hope you're having a good time and being safe and enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about the Ukraine? What's up with them?
Well, he's moving forward, that's for sure. But you think that by him doing that, the economy of the world now is going to be messed up? I mean, look at us. What's going to happen to us?
Again, I made a comment just about 3 minutes ago. The lack of thinking of our leaders. Russia holds a lot of strategic metals that we don't have much of.
Yeah, plus Hillary gave them all of our old nuclear material, right?
And here's Germany. They're stopping that pipeline from Russia, and Germany is more than probably any of the other European nations are probably going to be cold next winter.
Yeah.
I mean, Putin needs the income from the gas line, but he's probably willing to suffer that to hurt Germany.
Yeah. Well, we talk about the price of gas here. If you looked at the price of fuel oil, that's way up there too. I think that
they track.
I mean, we talked about the Biden administration forcing us to electric cars, but what happens to a lot of the homes here in New England? How are you going to heat your house? You can't afford to pay for fuel oil. I mean, it's really getting up there as far as price goes.
You remember about 10 years ago? It was $4.25 a gallon.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
So it's just revisiting that.
Yeah. Well,
I know when we went on a Southwest trip a number of years ago, we left here and gasoline was, like you said, $4 a gallon, and on the way back, I mean, geez, it was back down to about $2, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, I remember during the 70s when we had the gas crisis, driving on the New Jersey Turnpike, and because you only could get a certain amount of gas at the gas station at that time. So you'd drive down the pike and you'd stop at one gas station, and you'd go down a bunch of miles and stop at the next gas station because you couldn't fill up.
So Reuters is reporting as of 45 minutes ago, U.S. and its allies unveil more Russia sanctions, but keep big guns in reserve.
Well, let's keep the
So
guns.
now they're still trying to play with economic sanctions. Do you think it'll escalate?
Yeah.
To what point?
I don't think we will. I don't think that the United States will engage Russia on the ground. look at our industry, Mike. We can't even repair a bridge in 2 years, let alone build a fleet of submarines or whatever else you need to go to war. I mean, we're a paper tiger.
No, they're going to cyber attack us.
Hey,
and they've done that before. They've done it to our elections. So
As I said 2 years ago in one of our seminars, a solar flare, but more likely a nuclear EMP. The guys that supposedly know says 3 nuclear devices exploded across the United States will take out most of the
I don't
grid.
think it'll get to that point.
I don't either.
I don't think,
but not by
gonna
Russia,
happen.
but by
Cyber
some
attackers.
rogue nation like Iran or North Korea.
So, do you think that with sanctions between the U.S. and their allies will push Russia more towards China?
Absolutely. Russia and China are already somewhat tight.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just struck a big oil deal.
I didn't hear that, but
like 2.3 trillion. That was last week.
Yeah.
I
can't keep up with it all.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a huge oil deal.
I mean, they know the West is weak.
Mm-hmm.
They know we're weak. So, what do you think the next move is going to be by China, Taiwan?
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So where does North Korea fit in all this?
They're right along with China and Russia.
Well, I think China gave to North Korea. I'm not sure if that's the right term. I think they've got North Korea now has a missile that can reach the West Coast.
Yeah, they reached the coast.
Yeah,
of
they
California.
just announced that too.
Yeah, they reached to California. That's what they said. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's. I mean, Putin is a sane guy. Okay. You may dislike him, but he's at least he's. I don't think he's going to push the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so either.
But some of these other places,
I don't think China would do it either.
no, I don't either. If China was to do it, I
don't
said,
think. Yeah, I would be shocked if they did.
you fire off a large number of our missiles. They don't even have to be nuclear,
but-
and you blow up that dam on that major river, and much of China's industrial capacity is going to get wiped out with the hundreds of trillions of gallons of water that's going to come down there.
Yeah, I mean, they rely. I mean, look at the goods that come from us from China. I mean, they get a lot of money off our economy. They get a lot of money from the United States.
So Victoria says, nice of Joe Biden to poke the bear and get this whole war rolling.
I agree.
Does he realize what he has done?
Yeah, I agree. It's really not him. I think it's
He's controlled.
he's controlled by there's got to be behind him. The military people behind him has got to be a reason.
Let me finish the comment.
Go ahead.
I remember when people were saying Trump would have had us at war with Russia in no time. Joe Biden seems to have said, here, hold my ice cream cone.
Yeah, he's right. She's right. Yeah.
Daryl.
Because he's the only one that really started prodding this thing.
Daryl says, yes, if Russia invades Ukraine, it'll affect the worldwide economy. The main difference is that we are moving with NATO and not committing troops.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Daryl disagrees with you. The U.S. Army is a paper tiger. He says, I disagree.
That's okay. He can. He's entitled to his thing.
Paul Fass is about war. Murphy's Law. Never say never. And Daryl, one more. Russia to take Ukraine, China to take Taiwan, North Korea to take South Korea.
Oh, that could happen too. Yeah.
I mean, the Russians, they have about 20,000 tanks. The United States has got about 5,000. What do we had? 2 of the F-35s, is it, that crashed recently? I mean, we can't even maintain our stock.
Well,
I mean,
let's face it. During the Obama administration, they killed all the military budgets.
well, not only that, Obama got rid of most of the military generals that were worth anything.
And then when Trump came in, he started to put the money back into the military budget to start building it back up again.
Paul, if we weren't trying to control the entire
We don't-
world, we
it's
wouldn't
right. I
need
agree with you.
an $800 billion military budget. We could put some of that money into taking and doing things for the people in this country.
Yeah. We don't need to be the peacekeeper. Let somebody else do it. Yeah.
But why does the
We've been doing it for hundreds of years.
I know, and I think they just think they need to continue to do it. But there's got to be a reason. There's got to be something behind it. They're making money on this thing. Something.
your commenter that said he disagrees with me? Why does he disagree with me?
He didn't say.
Well,
he just said
let him put out some facts.
Okay. Whoa! The gauntlet's been thrown. Daryl, why don't you just come in here one day and you can fight Jim?
Just walk up.
He goes, Joe Biden put Russia troops on the Ukraine border. Come on.
Yes. Doesn't that support the position I just said? We're a paper tiger.
Rawr.
Yeah.
And I don't advocate going to war with Russia. Let me tell you.
Two tribes go to war.
I don't advocate going to war with anyone.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got out of one, per se.
What did we accomplish in 20 years in Afghanistan?
Nothing.
What did we accomplish in Iraq?
And we couldn't even get out of there right.
What did we accomplish in Libya? All we've done is we've upset the balance of power. These people were dictators. They were bad dudes, no question about it. But were their citizens better off then than they are now?
No.
You don't think so?
I mean,
I certainly think they were better off then than they are now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Victoria says, and this is true. But it never happens. We need to take care of our own before we take care of the rest of the world's issues. I mean, we're sending money all over the place and everything, but why don't we just take half that money or a quarter of that money and spend it on our own veterans?
Good point.
We can't.
Who's that, Victoria?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Victoria. I'm not a veteran. I wear the hat in honor of my uncle.
No, I'm the one that said the veteran. That was me. That was me.
Okay.
No.
But she said, we need to take care of our own before we take care of the rest of the world's issues. So it's a caveat of what she said.
Yeah, but think about the immigrants that are coming across illegally,
Mm-hmm.
and look at the money they're giving them. Why are we giving that money to?
It's been like that.
I know.
It's all about votes, Paul. It's all about
that's
votes.
the problem.
Yeah.
If I'm a homeless person and I give you money, you ain't gonna vote for me.
Paul, think about it. You know this because you've mentioned it. You've said this. But look at the simple fact that all of a sudden the pandemic is coming to an end.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Governor Lamont is saying, hey, you know what? You guys figure it out. I'm not going to do anymore. I'm just going to kind of kick back here, whatever. Oh, you guys want to have mask choice? Good for you.
Yeah. Well, our Governor Lamont probably knows less about medical stuff than even somebody like myself.
Yeah.
And he's making decisions that control 2 million people here, 2.5 million people, whatever is in Connecticut.
Let me read what Daryl, he's coming at you.
Okay.
When it comes to manpower, no military in the world comes close to that of China. That is true. According to global firepower estimates, the People's Republic has around 2 million active military personnel. The United States, in comparison, has significantly less, 1.4 million. But when assessing the overall power of the world's military forces, the U.S. comes out on top, ahead of Russia and China in second and third, respectively.
Well, there was an article that I saw that they did some. It was all American troops, but one part of the American troops were acting Russians. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a combat exercise. The U.S. troops fighting against the Russian troops, which were U.S. troops, they got wiped out. So that's typically far from what Daryl is just saying.
But I don't think that any future war that we're talking about this is really going to be a boots on the ground thing.
No,
no,
not certainly from the United States.
It's going to be big time, rockets and these drones and everything else that we have to shoot. There's a lot of weapons out there that we don't even know about that are out there. So.
I mean, China would like the United States to expand their own population into, and the best way for them to do it is a cyber attack that takes down the grid. It doesn't destroy all of the infrastructure and everything else. Once they kill us all off, then they just move in here.
That's what I'm saying. That's how Russia's going to get back at us. They're going to cyber attack us and take down some of our power plants and take down who the hell knows what else. They've proven they can do it. They did it during the election, so it can happen. So that's how they're going to get back at us.
Court Kinney says Biden as VP was in Ukraine with his son. Then Russia takes Crimea. Yeah. Now, as President Ukraine is under fire again, connection.
Yeah. There's some money involved there somewhere.
What's it? What Jim say? Follow the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's doing this because he's trying to make himself look good, like he's responding to Putin. He's looking to make himself popular again. Well, let's face it, he's down to about 36% as far as popularity goes. Yeah, he thinks this is going to bring his popularity back. It ain't going to happen.
And Daryl says, we fought ourselves and lost.
Yeah.
All right, guys. A lot of good stuff today. A lot of good stuff. So thank you very much for coming on in, Paul, as normal, and Jim. It's always good to see you.
Likewise.
Popping in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's it. So tomorrow is Thursday.
Yep.
John Harden will be with us tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it'll be another episode of Scott Fryer or Air Fryer.
Yep.
If you don't know what it is, tune out. It's
I
fun.
don't know about Friday. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, whatever.
48 inches.
4 to 8.
So
Not 48.
either way, I'll be here. So anyway, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Love you. Mean it.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbaum. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand's. Hope to see you soon.
Did you know that Allstate Insurance, the Trahan agency, has 2 offices now, Plainfield and East Lyme? And that's good news for you, since Kevin Trahan has been in the insurance business for well over a quarter of a century. Plus, he's easy to find. Just search in any browser, Kevin Trahan, Allstate Insurance. And when you get to his Facebook page, you'll find tons of helpful information on questions you may not even have thought to ask. Allstate Insurance, Trahan Agency, Plainfield and East Lyme, proud sponsor of Griswold Youth Football.
Hi, Miranda Mahoney here from Grizzle Pride, your local drug prevention coalition. So, marijuana, now legal in Connecticut, but there are some things you really should know. It's only legal for people 21 and older. And always, always secure your cannabis products like edibles, vape pens, dabs, and of course marijuana in a locking storage container and keep it out of sight and of reach of kids. Kids don't know the difference between a THC edible gummy and a candy gummy you might buy at a store. There's many resources available at grizzlepride.org or our Facebook and Instagram page.